You're in content.
Soraka.
Okay, well, we can't just make an entire video going on about how Riot need to update Soraka.
But Battle Raka.
Okay, look, she's horny enough as it is. You don't want to put a helmet on that horny.
No.
Or else, like, if you put a helmet on Soraka, it's just like, will she give good helmet or will she be horny? It just confuses everything. But anyway, I think we're better off moving on that note. So, that's League of Legends done for this week. Moving on to the world of Star Wars: The Old Republic. Now, Star Wars has recently brought out in their most recent patch anyway, the ability to transfer your details to other servers. Or transfer characters across.
I think that's actually the 26th it comes out.
Oh, is that the 26th?
Yeah, 26th.
Oh, was this patch just like an update patch then for standard?
I don't know.
Well, it was a patch,
I don't know
nonetheless.
anymore.
It happened, okay? It happened. But this patch is coming where obviously you're going to have the ability to, like, if you started out on a server, found out your mate is on a different server, and you're like, oh, I really want to join my mate, but I don't want to give up on, like, my really high-level Jedi who's really badass. Oh no, You can now use this functionality to exchange over. I believe they've done it in such a way, I'm not 100% sure of this, but I believe they've done it in such a way so that when the patch comes through, everyone is free to switch. I think.
Actually,
I think it's like one character for free over servers, and then afterwards you have to like pay a minimum sum to do it. That's what I've heard and what I've apparently seen on a couple of articles about this. Not much info, but that's what I'm running on.
I thought, based off what I've been reading from the servers, updates and stuff, that it would be only certain servers that would be able to get the Switch.
Oh, so
But
only... Wait,
I
so
don't know.
if you're not on certain servers, you won't necessarily be able to get the Switch?
Or no, you can't switch to certain servers, I guess. I don't know.
So I'm guessing, what? If you're in a PvE server, you can't switch to a PvP server?
I guess. I don't know.
It'll probably be more based off how popular the server is, so you might not be able to move to one of the really empty ones, but then you will. They're probably trying to save money by being able to eventually shut down some servers. So hoping that they'll probably offer free transfers to ones with, say, medium amounts if you're on a low server, and they just want to usher people away from the less populated ones so that they can close them down and save some money, because they're probably going bust at the moment.
That is true. Plus, even if, and that also makes sense as well, because if they're cutting down on servers to save money, it will also go towards their future plan upon going free to play. So that makes it all come together then.
Well, of course, that's just a rumor.
Well, it's a rumor, but actually, EA have come. Well, EA have actually been
talking about it.
They've been talking about it, but EA have actually come out after being confronted by interviewers about the situation, actually saying that they are open to the decision. It's just a matter of sorting out, obviously, what they would class as free-to-play content and class as content you would have to pay for.
Yeah.
MMOs that start off as paid and go free to play are not free to play, they're pay to win. That's the only way.
It's true. It's true. Like, what's a good example? Aeon? I want to say Aeon. Like, that was huge when it came out, and then all of a sudden there was a massive decline. They turned free to play, everyone joins in, and then everyone finds out it's still pay to win.
But another example is City of Heroes.
Yes.
Because that's when it first came out, it was pay monthly, and you had access to everything. But now it's if you've had a paid account before, you get VIP status, which means you can use some more power sets and access more content than if you were a complete new player. But if you're a complete new player, you're limited to like 2-3 power sets from each class, and then if you're, say, like me, would have been a VIP player, and your one of your pre-existing characters has power sets from the ones you're not allowed to use yet, you effectively lose that character unless you're willing to pay to use him. So yeah, it's not really. They've done it in a quite an annoying way, really. I think.
Yeah, that's bad. See, half the time when at least in my eyes anyway, half the time when a subscription-based MMO has ended up being they've either made the choice to go free to play or they've either been forced to go free to play. They always make it in such a way so that the thing you have to pay for is very extreme. Like it's either stuff that you generally can't unlock without paying for it, which is gay, or stuff that is basically pay to win, which they shouldn't necessarily do, but most of the time we do, which sucks.
Yeah, the only free MMOs which are good are the ones which are designed to be free to play, like Guild Wars, or can't think of another example off the top of my head, but yeah, the ones which start off free,
Like
are
League of Legends,
good.
that kind of, well, even though it's not a RPG, it's still free to play, and there's not really a pay to win.
Well, yeah.
Well, yeah, League of Legends isn't really an MMO. It's
MOBA.
a game which is free, but then the League of Legends has done it in a good way because they get you psychologically. I've always said, because you just go, oh, it's a free-to-play game. I've been playing it for a month or so now. I don't mind spending the odd $5 here and there on a skin. And then you spend the odd $5, I reckon I've easily spent 100 odd quid on it, and that's more than you would have spent on a normal mainstream game altogether. And like, I've got a mate who he admits it himself, he's easily spent over 500 quid on the game, and it's just like, they just get you psychologically.
Throw money
Yeah.
at them.
But in a strange way, if you look at it from a business standpoint, it's better if you do something free to play and then get your revenue psychologically, instead of doing the tactic where it's like, you got this far, do you want to continue? Give us some money. That's just gay. Like, one great example of this is actually
World of Warcraft did it.
yes.
You could play free to play up to level. They've recently changed it, but I think it was level 30, or maybe it is level 30 now.
I think it's level 30 now, it was level 20. No, not too long ago, but that is a great example though, because it's like, yay, it's free to play, finally! You hit level 30. What the fuck? I can't level up anymore! And it's gay. You can do all the PvPs you want, you can do all the dungeons you want, but nothing past level 30.
Right.
So,
And you know how Star Wars, they released that with Star Wars, they came with those like collector's edition, like with that
Yes.
box. All right.
Which I
and you know how
got.
Crisis did like an even bigger. They're doing an even bigger box, or did one. Generals 2, the new upcoming Command and Conquer game, they've been planning to do one as well, and they're actually asking people over their Facebook page what they would like to see inside that box.
Wait, so Command & Conquer Generals 2 is actually planning to get a collector's edition?
Probably.
And we're not talking about collector's edition that just has some extra DLC stuff. We're talking box with stuff.
Box with stuff. They were saying that they were commentating that Crisis 2 may have a big box, but they might have a bigger one.
Ooh. 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 To be honest with you, if they would make a collector's edition of Generals 2, there would be like one thing I would personally want from that would be just any vehicle from Generals 2 as a model in that box.
Or they do like a particle cannon building as a model.
Oh, that'd be cool. And
Or
you
get any
just
building.
twiddle a button and lights turn on and off.
Exactly.
The one thing Star Wars has done, which I'm not a fan of, is they've set the standard for ridiculously priced special edition boxes. That £150 box, and since then there's just been a sea of things doing similar priced box sets, like The Secret World, the new MMO that's coming out on the 4th of July, I think, and it's I think it's 4 days early access if you pre-order.
Alrighty.
But yeah, it's not a special edition. What they've done is even more of an extreme than Star Wars, but it's just they've done it in a justifiable way. You buy the game for £40, and then you can buy top boxes. So it's not a special edition box or game. I think it's all digital. It's a special edition add-on, so you can buy like a really cheap one for about 20 quid, which just gives you a few like in-game items. You could buy a moderate one, which say makes you hardcore during the low ranks, lets you level up faster with XP potions and all that kind of stuff, for about £60. But then if you spend, and this is where I think they've done it better than Star Wars, because if you spend 160 on top of the 40 you've spent on the game, so that's 200 total, you get everything that's been listed in the previous boxes, but you also get a lifetime subscription to the game.
Oh,
so
that ain't bad.
Yeah, so it's like saying, whereas Star Wars was pay us 150 quid, and then you can pay your subscription on top of that, these guys have said, pay us 200 quid, we'll give you all of these in-game bonuses, and it's quite a lot, like you'll be leveling up fast and everything, and but on top of that you can have a lifetime subscription. But it's one of those things that if I wasn't so sure that this game's probably going to end up free to play anyway, I'd be tempted by it. But because there's been rumours that their subscription for the game is going to be about £14 a month, and that is just ridiculous for an MMO.
Oh, that is.
14 English pounds is, I think basically what they've done, instead of going by the exchange rate, they've just gone, it's $15 for the US and it's 14 quid for the UK. Ooh. And they've just kept that number rather than using the exchange rate, and it's just
that's harsh.
Yeah, it's like
I've seen that during on like Steam sales when do you remember XPloder when you bought Supreme Commander 2?
Yes.
You had to buy it for £20 and we had to buy it for like $14.
Yeah, and I still hate you for that. I went, no, I'm not even kidding. I went into my local game store just thinking, I was just originally browsing at first, and then I bump across Supreme Commander 2, and I'm like, oh, I didn't hear that it was actually released. I'm gonna get it. I buy it, it's £20, and I was like, oh, right. It's actually quite cheap. And then I was chatting to you guys about it, and you guys are like smirking and just laughing to yourselves, and I'm like, what? What? And then you come out at me saying, yeah, we spent about $17 on it, and it literally enraged me, because that's just the exchange rate playing God on this situation. I hate it when games play God with me. Damn you, prices! That was terrible. That was terrible. But yeah, that system with what was that game again?
Supreme Commander 2?
No. One that James was on about, the MMO with the lifetime subscription.
World.
Yeah, the Secret World. That's not too bad. That's not too bad. I can see what you mean though by potentially
because
going
they
through
priced
the
it so high, it's more than likely that they won't get the subscribers they want, and so they'll either be forced to go free to play, or pay to win, shall we say, or drop their prices. And I think more than likely, if they kill off people straight away, they're not going to want to then play it again, even if it's reduced price. So they're more than likely going to have to go free to play, which basically means if you do spend the 200 quid, you've just wasted that 200. Well, we'll call it 160 because 40 of that is the game. But yeah, you're effectively wasting that, because to get your money back on that, you're going to have to have played it for a solid year anyway.
True. And so if it doesn't last for at least a good year with a good number of subscriptions, then you've pretty much wasted all that money.
Yeah, I mean, the one thing I'd like, if you don't mind me speaking about the game a little bit.
No, go ahead.
It's a very, very good MMO. Like, it doesn't follow the same model as any other MMO I've seen. Purely
so it's very unique to itself.
Yeah, because whereas it's the normal, your third person with your little abilities bar at the bottom and all that kind of stuff. The way you level up is you don't have levels. Every time you get your bar across the screen, you get an AP or an SP. So skill points is you put it in the various types of attack and increase the damage of them and stuff. And AP you stick, because basically you have a wheel, and